The knife enters Amina's side before she feels the pain. Just pressure, then burning, then her husband's voice, calm and cold. "I'm sorry, baby, but you're worth more dead than alive." She's on the floor of their sole apartment kitchen, blood spreading across white tiles. Marcus standing over her with the kitchen knife still in his hand, no emotion on his face, like he's filing paperwork, like she's a problem to solve. "Marcus?" Her voice is barely a whisper, confusion, overwhelming pain. "What? Why?" "The life insurance pays out $500,000, enough to clear my debts and start fresh with Jennifer." He crouches beside her, checking his watch. "You should bleed out in about 8 minutes. I'll call 911 in 12. Make it look like I came home and found you. Robbery gone wrong. This is Seoul. Random violence happens." Amina's hand presses against her wound. Blood pours between her fingers. Her vision blurs. This can't be real. This can't be how she dies. On a kitchen floor? Killed by the man she trusted? "You were always so pathetic," Marcus continues, standing. "Desperate immigrant playing housewife. You should thank me for marrying you. Gave you a visa, a life. And this is how I'm repaid? Nagging about money I don't have?" The apartment door crashes open. 3 men in black tactical gear flood in. The leader, tall, Korean, dangerous eyes, moves like liquid death. He sees Amina bleeding, sees Marcus with the knife. His expression doesn't change, but the temperature drops 20 degrees. "Step away from her." His voice is quiet, deadly, Korean accented English. Marcus spins, shocked. "Who the fuck? How did you—" The man doesn't answer, just gestures. His team grabs Marcus, slamming him against the wall hard enough to crack plaster. The knife clatters away. The leader kneels beside Amina, presses something against her wound. A medical pack materialized from nowhere. "Amina Idrisi, stay with me. Help is coming." She stares at him through dimming vision. "How do you know my name?" His eyes soften just slightly. "I've known who you are for 6 months. Your husband clearly didn't." He speaks rapid Korean into a radio, then back to her in English. "You're not dying today. I have too much invested in keeping you alive." "Why?" Blood fills her mouth. "Because in 3 weeks, you inherit $20 billion, and I need you alive to collect it." Everything goes black. Welcome to Soul Heart Stories, fam. Real question before we dive deeper. If someone stalked you for 6 months but saved your life, would you trust them? Comment below. And subscribe now if you're here for Moroccan heiresses, Korean mafia bosses, and uncles who deserve prison. Hit that like button. Turn on notifications. This story has more twists than a pretzel. Ready? Let's continue. Amina awakes in a private hospital room, not the emergency ward, somewhere expensive, floor-to-ceiling windows showing Seoul skyline, medical equipment beeping steadily. The Korean man from her apartment sits in the corner, expensive suit, patient posture, like he's been there for hours. "You're awake." He stands, approaches. "How do you feel?" "Stabbed." Her voice is rough. She touches her side, bandaged, pain medication dulling the worst. "By my husband, who tried to murder me for insurance money." Reality crashes back. "Oh my God, Marcus tried to kill me." "Yes, and he's currently in police custody. Attempted murder, fraud, and insurance conspiracy. He'll be in prison for 15 to 20 years. She should feel relieved. Instead, she feels hollow. "Who are you?" "Kang Min-seok. I run security operations in Seoul." "Security." She knows that's code. She's worked in luxury hotels long enough. "You mean protection rackets." A slight smile. "Among other things, I prefer to think of it as risk management." "Why were you in my apartment?" "I've had a security team watching you for 6 months." Her blood chills. That's stalking. "That's protection." He pulls up a chair and sits casually on it backwards. "You turn 29 3 weeks from now. On that day, you inherit control of Idrisi Holdings, $20 billion in assets, luxury hotels across Europe and North Africa, shipping companies, real estate, a fortune your parents built and your uncle has been managing and stealing from since they died 20 years ago." Amina stares. That's insane. I'm nobody. I work at the Grand Park Hotel as a concierge. I make $35,000 a year. I have $1,700 in savings. You work at the Grand Park Hotel, which is owned by Idrisi Holdings, which you will control in 3 weeks. Your uncle Hassan has been siphoning millions annually, hiding your identity, keeping you poor and ignorant so you'd never claim your inheritance. This is crazy. If I'm some secret heiress, why am I living in a shitty apartment with a man who just tried to kill me? Min-seok's expression darkens. Because your uncle Hassan hired your husband. Silence. What? Marcus Reynolds, investment banker, or so his LinkedIn claims, actually a professional con artist your uncle recruited 2 years ago. The job? Marry you, isolate you, and eventually kill you in a way that looks accidental. Your uncle becomes permanent trustee, keeps stealing indefinitely. Amina's world tilts. Marcus was hired to kill me? Our entire marriage was a contract. Yes. Min-seok's voice gentle slightly. I'm sorry. I know that's... How do you know all this? Because 6 months ago, your uncle approached me, asked me to handle a problem, offered me $5 million to make you disappear before your birthday. I researched you, found out who you really are, and decided that killing a woman to help a thief steal her $20 billion was bad business. He leans forward. So instead, I've been protecting you, making sure Marcus didn't succeed. Why not just tell me? Would you have believed me? Random Korean gangster telling you you're a secret billionaire? He has a point. I needed evidence, needed to catch your uncle and Marcus in the act. Now I have both. Min-seok opens his laptop, shows her files, documents, videos. Her uncle Hassan meeting with Marcus 2 years ago, audio recording. She's isolated, lonely, desperate for connection. Marry her. 2 years maximum, then make it look accidental. I'll pay you $2 million upon completion. Marcus meeting with Jennifer, his mistress. I married an immigrant maid for money. She's pathetic. This will be easy. Her uncle's financial records showing systematic theft from Idrisi Holdings for 20 years. Current embezzlement total, $847 million. Marcus taking out life insurance on Amina without her knowledge, forging her signature. 6 months of surveillance showing Marcus's escalating cruelty, the verbal abuse, the financial control, the isolation, and throughout it all, Min-seok's teens, watching, documenting, protecting from shadows. Amina watches herself on screen, sees her life from outside, sees the truth she was too close to recognize. Why? She finally asks. Why protect me? What do you gain? Min-seok closes the laptop. Initially, I thought about leverage, protecting you, then using your gratitude for business deals once you inherited. But then, he stops. But then what? I watched you for 6 months, saw how you handled angry hotel guests with patience, how you helped lost tourists, how you gave your lunch to a homeless woman even though you barely had enough to eat, how you stayed kind despite Marcus's cruelty. His eyes meet hers, and I realized I wasn't protecting an asset. I was protecting someone He stops again. Someone who deserves better than what your family gave you. The air between them charges. You fell for me while stalking me, protecting you. You're a gangster who watched me without consent for half a year. Yes. And you're telling me I'm a billionaire who doesn't know she's a billionaire. Yes. And my husband tried to kill me on contract from my uncle. Yes. She should be terrified of Min-seok, should call the police, should run. Instead, what happens now? Min-seok explains. 3 weeks until her birthday. Until then, she's vulnerable. Your uncle thinks Marcus succeeded. She's dead or dying. They can use that. Fake your death. Let your uncle think Marcus succeeded. Let him get comfortable. Meanwhile, we gather evidence for criminal prosecution. On your birthday, you rise from the dead, claim your inheritance, and destroy both of them legally. And what do you get? A legitimate business partnership, you'll need security, protection, someone who understands the underworld your uncle operates in. I provide that. In exchange, you legitimize some of my operations. I go clean. You want me to launder your reputation. I want us both to survive. Your uncle has connections, criminal ones. The moment you claim that inheritance, you're a target for every kidnapper, extortionist, and assassin in 3 continents. You need someone like me. Someone exactly like you. Yes. Amina's head spins. 24 hours ago, she was trapped in an abusive marriage, thinking she was nobody. Now she's an heiress with a would-be murderer husband, a thieving uncle, and a mafia boss proposing a partnership. If I agree, where do I go? I can't go back to that apartment. You'll stay with me, my penthouse, secure location, 24-hour protection. I'm not sleeping with you. I'm not asking you to. His expression is unreadable. You'll have your own room, your own space, no pressure, no expectations, just safety. Why should I trust you? Because I saved your life. Because I have evidence that will put your uncle and husband in prison. Because in 3 weeks you'll have $20 billion and no idea how to protect it. He stands. Or don't trust me. Walk out, try to survive alone. See how long before your uncle's people find you. She hates that he's right. 3 weeks, she says. I stay with you for 3 weeks. We gather evidence. On my birthday, we go public with everything. You get your legitimate partnership. I get my life back. Then we're done. Done? You went from stranger to stalker to savior in 6 months. I don't know you, and you clearly have a hero complex about protecting women you've been obsessing over. His jaw tightens. It wasn't obsession. What was it? He doesn't answer, just extends his hand. Do we have a deal? She shakes it. His hand is warm, calloused, strong. Deal. Now get me out of this hospital before my uncle finds out I'm alive. Min-seok's penthouse is fortress meets luxury. Gangnam Dong Tower, top floor, 3,000 square feet of minimalist design, bulletproof windows, security systems that probably cost more than most apartments. Your room. He shows her a suite, king bed, private bathroom, walk-in closet already stocked with clothes in her size. You prepared this. I've been planning your protection for 6 months. Yes, I prepared. The clothes are her size, her style, modest but elegant. He really was watching. This is creepy, she says, but doesn't leave. It's thorough. There's a difference. Is there? He doesn't answer, just shows her the rest. Kitchen, stocked with Moroccan ingredients, cinnamon, preserved lemons, harissa. He researched her heritage. Living room, security monitors showing building perimeter. His office, locked door, don't enter without permission. My room is there, points down the hall. I won't come into yours uninvited. You're safe here from everyone, including me. Why does it sound like you're trying to convince yourself? He turns to face her. They're close. She can see the exhaustion in his eyes, the tension in his shoulders. Because for 6 months, I've watched you through cameras, learned your routines, your preferences, the way you drink coffee, 3 sugars, no milk, the way you hum while arranging flowers at the hotel, the way you cry in the shower after Marcus is especially cruel. His voice drops. And I told myself it was professional, protection, but somewhere along the way it became personal. That's not love, that's obsession. Maybe, or maybe I recognize someone else who's been alone their whole life, who builds walls to survive, who doesn't know how to accept help. He steps back. Get some rest. Tomorrow we start planning. He leaves her alone in the expensive room. Amina sits on the bed, touches her bandaged side. 24 hours ago, she was dying on a kitchen floor. Now she's in a gangster's penthouse being told she's worth $20 billion. And the most terrifying part, she feels safer here than she ever did in her own home. Brief flashback. 2 years ago, Seoul. Amina working at Grand Park Hotel as concierge. Marcus checking in. American businessman. Charming, attentive. Asked her to dinner. She said no, she didn't date guests. He came back every week. business trips, he claimed, always requesting her specifically, always asking her to coffee, dinner, drinks. Eventually, she said yes. He was persistent, funny, interested in her culture, asked about Morocco, about her parents. Dead, she said, didn't know the details, raised by uncle, about her dreams, vague, she'd never been encouraged to dream. 3 months of dating, he was perfect, attentive, generous, proposed, said they could build a life together. He'd take care of her. She said yes because she was tired of being alone. The marriage changed things. He became controlling, critical. Her job was too demanding, quit. Her friends were bad influences. She should stop seeing them. Her salary was too small. Give him access to her accounts to manage better. Within 6 months, she was isolated, financially dependent, trapped. The verbal abuse started, then the pushing, the grabbing, never hitting. He was too smart, just enough to scare, to control. She tried to leave once. He cried, apologized, said work stress was killing him, promised to change. She stayed. Then, last night, the knife, the cold explanation, the casual murder attempt. She'd married her executioner. Flashback ends. Amina in Min-seok's penthouse, alive, safe. But at what cost? Hassan Idrisi in his Casablanca mansion. Phone rings. Marcus from Seoul police custody. It didn't work. She survived. Some Korean gang intervened. She's alive. Hassan goes silent, deadly calm. Who? I don't know. They knew. They were waiting, like they knew what I was planning. You failed. Hassan, they arrested me. Attempted murder. Your name hasn't come up yet, but if they dig, you don't know my name. We never met. Deny everything. Hangs up. Hassan immediately makes calls to his contact in Seoul underworld, to his lawyers, to his security team. Find the girl, find out who's protecting her, and eliminate both problems quietly. He's been stealing from Idrisi Holdings for 20 years. Amina turning 29 means mandatory audit, means his embezzlement gets exposed, means prison. She has to die before that birthday, no matter the cost. Kang Ji-hoon visits the penthouse, legitimate businessman, disapproves of his brother's criminal enterprises. You kidnapped a woman? I saved a woman from being murdered. There's a difference. And now she's living here? Min-seok, this is insane, even for you. Her uncle hired me to kill her. I chose protection instead. Now he'll send someone else. Ji-hoon looks at Amina, who's emerged from her room. Miss Idrisi, my brother explained the situation. He explained he's been stalking me for 6 months while planning to help me claim a fortune I didn't know I had. Yes, quite an explanation. Ji-hoon smiles slightly. That's more self-awareness than he usually shows. Are you here voluntarily? Voluntarily hiding from my uncle who wants me dead, my husband who tried to kill me, and an inheritance I'm not sure I want. Yes, voluntarily. You don't want $20 billion? I do not want to be murdered. The money is secondary. Ji-hoon nods. Smart. The money makes you a target. Have you considered refusing the inheritance? Min-seok interrupts. She can't. The inheritance is structured. She either claims it at 29 or it defaults to Hassan permanently. There's no third option. Who structured it that way? Her parents. They died when she was 8. The will specified. Amina inherits at 29 or Hassan remains trustee indefinitely. They probably thought she'd be raised properly, prepared. They didn't know Hassan would hide her identity and try to kill her. Amina sits. My parents left me $20 billion but didn't protect me from my uncle. What kind of parents do that? Ji-hoon's expression softens. Parents who died unexpectedly, who thought they had time. Car accident, the records say, right? Yes, in France, 20 years ago. Have you investigated that accident? Silence. Min-seok and Amina look at each other. You think Hassan killed them? Amina breathes. I think Hassan has spent 20 years stealing from a fortune he was meant to protect. I think your parents' convenient death gave him access. And I think men who kill once find it easier the second time. Ji-hoon stands. Investigate the parents' deaths.
If Hassan killed them, it changes everything. It's not just embezzlement, it's double murder with attempted third. After Ji-hoon leaves, Min-seok turns to Amina. Do you want to know if your uncle killed your parents? I want to know the truth, all of it, no matter how ugly. Then we investigate. But Amina, if Hassan killed them, he's more dangerous than we thought. We need to be careful. Careful isn't enough. We need to be ruthless. That dangerous smile. Now you're thinking like me. Min-seok's team digs into the 20-year-old accident. French police reports, witness statements, forensic analysis. The official story: Henri and Nadia Idrissi died in a car accident on a rainy night outside Paris. Brake failure. The car went off a cliff. Both were killed instantly. Amina, age 8, was in Morocco with Hassan, orphaned overnight. But Min-seok's investigator finds inconsistencies. The brakes had been serviced 3 days before. No explanation for the sudden failure. The mechanics who serviced the car died in a warehouse fire 2 weeks after the accident, ruled accidental. The police detective who investigated retired suddenly, moved to Brazil, never worked again. Paid off? And the insurance payout, $20 million, split between Hassan as trustee and a shell corporation. That corporation traced to Hassan's private accounts. He killed them, Amina whispers, staring at the evidence. My uncle murdered my parents for money, and I've been living with him on and off my whole life. He smiled at me, fed me, told me stories about how my parents loved me, and he killed them. Min-seok says nothing, just sits beside her as she processes. Did he ever... She can't finish. Try to hurt you as a child? No, I looked. He kept you isolated, poor, and ignorant, but he didn't physically harm you until hiring Marcus. I think he needed you alive until 29. If you died as a child, the inheritance would have been audited. He needed you to reach adulthood, then die accidentally after marriage. 20 years. He waited 20 years to kill me. Patient monster, the worst kind. She stands, paces, rage building. I want him destroyed, not just prosecuted, destroyed. I want him to lose everything like he took everything from me. We will, but we do it smart, legal. We build an airtight case for the parents' murders, for the embezzlement, for hiring Marcus. We make sure he dies in prison. Not good enough. Amina, I want him to know it was me. I want him to watch me inherit, watch me take everything, watch me dismantle his life piece by piece, then prison. Min-seok studies her, sees the rage, the pain, the determination. You're scarier than me, he says quietly. I think I'm in love with you. She freezes. What? Nothing. Forget I said that. Let's focus on revenge. But the air between them has shifted. Night. The penthouse. Amina and Min-seok are reviewing evidence. Min-seok's security alerts. We have a breach. South entrance. 3 hostiles. Hassan's people, Min-seok says calmly, stands. Stay here. What are you going to do? My job. Protecting you. He leaves. Amina watches on security monitors. 3 men in tactical gear enter the building. Min-seok's team engages. Fight in the lobby is brutal, efficient, silent. Min-seok moves like a trained killer, takes down 2 men himself. His team neutralizes the 3rd. It's over in 4 minutes. Min-seok returns, blood on his knuckles, suit ruined, expression unchanged. They're alive. My team is questioning them now. We'll find out who sent them, though we already know. You killed... I didn't kill anyone, just incapacitated. They'll wake up in police custody with attempted murder charges. You're not even affected. You just fought 3 armed men and you're standing here like I do this for a living? Because I do. He removes his jacket. This is who I am, Amina. I've killed people. I'll probably kill again. I'm not a good man. I'm a useful one. Why are you telling me this? Because earlier I said I love you, and you deserve to know that the man who loves you is a monster. You said to forget you said that. I lied. I can't forget it. I've been in love with you since the 3rd month of watching you, the day you gave your lunch to a homeless woman even though Marcus would be furious you spent money. You were starving yourself to help someone else, and I thought, this woman deserves better than what life gave her. Amina stares. You can't love me. You don't know me. I know you hum while working. I know you cry in the shower. I know you're fluent in 3 languages. I know you donate to orphanages even though you can barely afford rent. I know you stayed with Marcus because you didn't want to be alone again. I know you're scared of abandonment more than pain. I know... Stop. Just stop. She's crying. You can't love someone from cameras. That's not real. Then let me love you in person. Give me a chance to prove I see you, the real you, not the heiress, not the victim, just Amina. I don't trust you. I know, but maybe in 3 weeks you will. Days pass. They coexist. He works from home, legitimate business calls in his office. She reviews documents about her inheritance. They eat together, talk carefully. She learns he was orphaned at 12, raised himself and his brother, chose crime because it was survival, built an empire because he refused to be towerless again. She learns she was orphaned at 8, raised by relatives who saw her as a burden, married Marcus because loneliness felt worse than abuse, stayed because she didn't know she was worth saving. 2 people shaped by abandonment, drawn to each other.
One night, she has nightmares. The stabbing, the blood, wakes screaming. Min-seok appears, doesn't ask, just sits on her floor by her bed. I'm here. You're safe. Don't leave. I won't. He stays all night, sitting, watching, protecting. In the morning, she wakes to him still there, asleep, sitting up against her wall. Something in her chest cracks open. One day before Amina's 29th birthday, tomorrow she inherits. Tonight, Hassan makes his final move. He calls. Amina, you're alive. Disappointed? Relieved. I thought, when Marcus, I was told you were dead. You hired him to kill me. Don't pretend concern. Silence. Then, who told you that? Your hired assassins. They talked before the police took them. I don't know what Marcus told you, but Marcus didn't tell me anything. Kang Min-seok did. The man you hired to kill me 6 months ago. The one who chose protection instead. Hassan's voice goes cold. Kang is lying, trying to turn you against family. You're not family. You murdered my parents 20 years ago, stole from me for 2 decades, hired my husband to kill me, and now you're pretending innocence? I have evidence, Hassan. Financial records, assassination contracts, police reports. Tomorrow, I inherit, and the day after, you go to prison forever. Long silence. Or, Hassan says carefully, we negotiate? No negotiations. I'll return everything, all $847 million I took, plus interest. You drop charges, we part ways. You get your fortune, I disappear. So you can hide and live off stolen money? No. Amina, be smart. Going public means attention, media, kidnappers, extortionists, everyone knowing you're worth billions. Stay hidden, stay safe. Let me fade away quietly. You killed my parents. I gave you a life, raised you when no one else would. You isolated me and tried to murder me. And yet you're alive. Let's call it even. She's shaking with rage. There's no even. Tomorrow I inherit. Next week you're arrested. That's mercy. I'm letting you live. He laughs, cold. You think Min-seok will protect you forever? He's a gangster, Amina. The moment you're worth $20 billion, he'll either exploit you or sell you. That's what men like him do. She looks at Min-seok, listening on speaker. His expression is unreadable. Men like you tried to kill me. Men like him saved me. I'll take my chances. She hangs up. Min-seok. He's going to make a desperate move tonight. Final attempt before you inherit. Let him try. You'll stop him. What if I can't? She looks at him, really looks, at the exhaustion, the fear he's hiding, the weight of protecting her. Then we die together, she says. But at least I'll die free. Midnight. Explosions rock the penthouse building. Fire alarms, screaming. Hassan's team planted bombs in the parking garage. Building evacuation. Chaos. Min-seok's team mobilizes. It's a distraction. Real attack is coming. They're right. Amina and Min-seok evacuate to the backup safe house, a high-rise hotel across Seoul. Hassan's men are waiting. Ambush in the hotel parking garage. Gunfight. Min-seok's team outnumbered. Get her out, Min-seok shouts, returning fire. But there's nowhere to go. They're pinned. Then, Seoul police sirens. Detective Park Soo-jin arrives with full tactical team. Drop weapons. Seoul police. Hassan's men scatter. Some caught, some escape. Min-seok turns to Detective Park. How did you... Anonymous tip. Someone called saying Hassan Idrisi was attempting murder. Gave us this location. Timing was perfect. She looks at Amina. You must be the $20 billion woman everyone's trying to kill. That's me. Well, you're under police protection now. Min-seok, your services are no longer needed. Min-seok stiffens. Looks at Amina. You'll be safe with them. No. Amina steps closer to him. I stay with Min-seok. Miss Idrisi, he's a known criminal. He's the only person who's kept me alive. Police couldn't protect me from Marcus, from my uncle, from bombs and ambushes, but he did. So respectfully, detective, I'm staying with him. Park studies them both. You realize he's using you. Everyone's using everyone. At least he's honest about it. Amina, Min-seok starts. No, I'm not leaving you, not after everything. The look that passes between them is electric, dangerous, real. Detective Park sighs. Fine, but tomorrow when you inherit, we're having a conversation about your security arrangements. And Min-seok, if anything happens to her, I'm arresting you first. Understood. Back at a new safe house, Min-seok has several. 3 a.m. Both were wired with adrenaline. You should have gone with the police. And miss watching you panic about losing me? Never. I wasn't panicking. You were terrified. I saw your face when they wanted to take me. He turns away. Of course I was terrified. You're walking into inheritance tomorrow, becoming the most visible target in 3 continents, and I... Stops. And you what? I've spent 6 months protecting you from shadows. Tomorrow, you step into light. I can't follow you there. My world is darkness. Yours will be boardrooms and charity galas and legitimate society. We don't mix. So this is goodbye? You protect me until I inherit, then disappear? It's what's best. For who? For me or for you? She's angry now. You don't get to fall in love with me and then decide I'm better off without you. I get to decide that. You deserve someone legitimate, someone clean, someone who hasn't killed. I don't care what you've done. I care what you've done for me. She closes distance between them. You saved my life, protected me, showed me the truth about my family, taught me I'm worth more than how people treated me. You saw me when I was invisible. Amina.
And yes, you stalked me for 6 months, which is deeply concerning, and we'll need therapy for that. But you also chose me over $5 million. You risked everything protecting me from your own client. You kept me alive when everyone else wanted me dead. She touches his face. So don't you dare tell me we don't mix. We already do. I'm a gangster. And I'm about to be a billionaire. We'll figure it out. Your world will judge you for being with me. Let them. I spent my whole life being judged, for being Moroccan in France, for being Muslim in Seoul, for being poor, for staying with Marcus. I'm done living for other people's approval. He kisses her, finally. It's desperate, hungry, months of restraint breaking. She kisses back, pulling him closer. Tomorrow I inherit. What happens after? Tomorrow, you become Amina Idrisi, CEO of Idrisi Holdings, one of the wealthiest women in the world, and I become your head of security, publicly legitimate, privately yours. And tonight? Tonight, I keep you alive 6 more hours, then your birthday, then freedom. Will you still love me when I'm a billionaire? I'll love you more, because you'll finally have the power you always deserved, and watching you wield it will be beautiful. 9 a.m., Idrisi Holdings headquarters, Geneva, Switzerland. Amina walks in, flanked by Min-seok, Detective Park, lawyers, and media. Hassan is already there, summoned by board for routine audit. His face when he sees her, alive, powerful, transformed. "Hello, uncle." The board meeting is brutal. Lawyers present evidence, the embezzlement, the parents' murders, the assassination attempts. Hassan denies everything, demands proof. They provide it. 20 years of financial records, forensic evidence from her parents' car, recorded conversations with Marcus, testimony from the assassins Hassan sent. The board votes unanimously. Hassan removed as trustee, all assets frozen, criminal charges filed. Hassan's last words before security escorts him out: "You'll never be safe. You'll spend every day looking over your shoulder." Amina: "At least I'll be looking with $20 billion worth of security. You'll be looking at prison walls. I think I win." Then the formal transfer. Signatures, documents, verification. At 10:17 a.m. on her 29th birthday, Amina Idrisi officially becomes CEO of Idrisi Holdings, controlling assets worth $20 billion. The media explodes. Secret heiress reclaims fortune. Murder plot exposed. Moroccan princess takes her throne. Idrisi Holdings headquarters, now Amina's corner office, view of Geneva. She's transformed it. Photos of her parents, Moroccan art, but also photos of the other victims Hassan hurt, a reminder of why she's here. Min-seok enters, legitimate now, head of Idrisi Security. They've merged his operations into her company. He's gone clean, mostly. Board meeting in 10 minutes. Ready? Always. She stands, adjusts her designer suit. She's learned to wear power well. "Your uncle's trial starts next week. Prosecution says it's airtight." Good. I want him to rot. And Marcus's appeal was denied. He's serving 15 years. Also good. She crosses to him. "Thank you for everything." "I just did my job." "No, you did more. You gave me my life back." They're close now, dating officially. A scandal for the tabloids, but she doesn't care. What happens after the trial? "Tomorrow I build schools in Morocco for orphaned girls, foundations for women escaping abuse. I turn Idrisi Holdings into something my parents would be proud of. And us? We keep building too. You keep me safe, I keep you honest. We figure it out together." The board doesn't like me. The board doesn't have to. I own 51% of shares. My vote is the only one that matters. He smiles, that rare, soft smile reserved for her. "Billionaire looks good on you. Bodyguard looks good on you." They kiss, interrupted by her assistant. "Miss Idrisi, the board is waiting." She pulls back. "Ready to watch me terrify old white men?" "Always." That evening, Casablanca, Morocco, the house where Amina was raised. She bought it, demolished it, built a school in its place, the Idrisi Academy for Girls, free education for orphans, housing, support, everything she never had. Opening ceremony. She cuts the ribbon surrounded by 50 young girls, sees herself in their faces. Min-seok watches from the side. Proud, in love, dangerous, but devoted. After the ceremony, they stand alone on the grounds. "Your parents would be proud," he says. "Maybe, or maybe they'd be horrified I'm dating a gangster. Reformed gangster." "Sure, reformed," she smiles. "Do you ever regret it, choosing me over the $5 million Hassan offered?" "Every day. I could be rich and alone right now. Instead, you're dating a billionaire. Rough life." "The roughest. Though honestly, I'd choose you again. Every time. Even if you were still poor. Even if Hassan had succeeded. I'd choose you. Because you love me. Because you're the only person who ever made me want to be better, who saw past what I do to who I am, who trusted me when you had every reason not to." She kisses him. "You know what the funny thing is? Hassan wanted me dead because he thought I'd be weak, easy to eliminate. He underestimated me. Fatal mistake. He trained me for this. 20 years of being underestimated, of being told I was nothing, of surviving despite everything. He made me strong enough to destroy him. Poetic justice. The best kind. They watch the sunset over Casablanca. Amina Idrisi, orphan, abuse survivor, secret heiress, now CEO, building empires, changing lives, loved by a man who saw her when she was invisible. What's next? Min-seok asks. We build more schools. We prosecute more abusers. We protect more women. We make sure what happened to me never happens to anyone else. We. You're stuck with me now for the long term. Hope you're ready. For you, always. They say revenge is a dish best served cold, but justice is served with purpose, with the knowledge that your pain can become someone else's freedom. Hassan tried to kill me for my inheritance. Instead, he gave me a reason to fight, and I won. Not because I destroyed him, though I did, but because I built something he could never touch, a legacy of protection, from victim to victor, from invisible to unstoppable. This is $20 billion looks like when you've earned it the hard way. If toxic uncles and attempted murder husbands getting destroyed while secret heiresses build empires hits different, smash that like button. Comment, would you take the inheritance or refuse it for safety? Subscribe for daily Afro-Korean thrillers where survival becomes power and stalkers become saviors. See you tomorrow, fam.